Lieutenant Governor's staff. He's particularly involved in rural issues, issues regarding the energy issues. He's just a very good man.
Okay, and I know that you had the original paintings were like at the state fair, and one of those.
We give the originals to the family. We have copies that are exact copies, and we have 3 sets of those, I believe, and we use that to have these gatherings, especially at this time of year, around the state. And we'll continue to do that as long as I have any breath left.
Governor, you've ran on the issues of transparency and police and said that you welcome investigations in the workers' comp system. Why is CMS blocking or suing to block records of these?
Well, there's federal laws that they have to comply with. You know, it's going to be sorted out by court, but you know, they have to obey both state and federal
But
laws.
the Attorney General has ruled that those records should be made public.
Well, you know, sometimes there are issues that have to be decided by a court. You know, ultimately, you're liable to the judicial system, and that's the third branch of government.
Governor, Governor.
To try to block any borrow. He said, Treasurer Rutherford says, if you do, or the General Assembly does seek to borrow additional billions, he'll go to New York and say, don't lend them any money.
Well, I've been state treasurer, so is Judy Barr-Topinka. If I were Treasurer Rutherford, I'd watch my language. I think that he's really off base there. We're not going to pay any attention to him.
Is that dangerous, though, for him to be making these kind of
I
comments?
think you need to watch your language when you're in a position like that.
Governor Quinn, back to the pensions, unions are saying that state employees should not be on the hook for, the neglect from the state when it comes to pension funds. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, you know, we're trying to straighten things out. I enacted a law, I signed a law last year enacted by the General Assembly that George Will said was the biggest pension reform ever enacted by the people of any state in the Union ever. And we did that last year. It's a tough job to do, but we got it done. And so I'm always interested in opportunities for reform that are constitutional. We have to make sure we take the entire systems, the pension systems, and make sure they are viable. That's our fiduciary duty. And so I have to look at all aspects of the system. Obey the Constitution and also protect the pension system so it goes forward.
Governor, the Peoria Journal-Star today had an editorial noting that you're cutting $76 million for the developmentally disabled to stay in group housing. That costs $50,000 a year, and you're going to spend $190,000 a year per person to have them institutionalized. Would you comment on that, because the editorial indicated or intimated that you are doing this as a payoff to your campaign donations from ASME?
That isn't really true at all. We have to balance a lot of things, and one of them is the people who are in institutions in Illinois, as well as those who are in community care, group homes. We're trying to invest in all aspects of the system. I believe in taking care of those who have challenges, mental disabilities, and I'm doing the best I can. I'm the one who came out in favor of getting revenue for our system, and we got it done in January. And we have to use this revenue in a prudent way. We have responsibilities in both of those areas.
Governor, pushing for workers' compensation reforms. Do you like what you've seen so far in terms of the bill that Kwame is?
Well, I do want to salute Senator Kwame Raoul and also Representative John Bradley. We have worked with them and the business community. I do want to thank the Illinois Association of Retail Merchants, the Illinois Manufacturers Association, and many other business groups that have endorsed our proposal. I understand it may be voted on today or tomorrow. And I think this is really a great way to help our economic job climate in Illinois. Many of our businesses, particularly our smaller businesses, pay more money every year in workers' comp insurance, paying those premiums, than they pay in taxes. So if we can cut what they have to pay in those premiums, we're saving them a lot of money. The system itself, about $3 billion a year is paid in workers' comp premiums, and we hope to save at least $500 million, $500 million for these employers in Illinois. This would be a very good thing, and I really look forward to getting this passed.
Governor.
Oh, we're working on it. We have a bill, and you have to get members of the Senate and House to vote for it, and we're pushing and prodding and talking and dialoguing, and we'll hopefully get to have it.
Governor, with $500 million in savings, Illinois would remain one of the most expensive states in the union. I think third in the union, workers' comp costs. A lot more needs to be done.
Oh, no, I think our proposal is a comprehensive one that really does a good job for the workers of Illinois and the employers and the taxpayers. We're always open to improvements, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have a great landmark law that we can pass to deal with this issue. You know, I think if you take a look at it, whether you're a Republican governor or Democratic governor, I don't think any governor has worked as hard as I have on this issue. And I want to make sure we get to the finish line and have a very good outcome that saves money for employers, protects workers, and also make sure the taxpayers come out ahead.
Governor, they're voting on a map today in the legislature. Have you had a chance to look at the revised map, and would you be willing to sign it as soon as today, possibly?
Well, I haven't seen the final proposals. They have to be voted on and debated by the legislature. I think it's premature for me to opine on that until they have a final product. And when that happens, I've said over and over, it's got to be fair. You know, we tell every member of the General Assembly, both houses, both parties, emphasize fairness, and that's what the people want.
So are you siding with Republicans that their map is more fair than the Democrats' map?
I think they should have a good debate and come up with a fair product, all of the legislature. That's what it's all about.
Do you believe the Blagojevich testimony will help sway the jury in this direction at all, from what you've seen?
Well, that's up to the jury, and I'm not going to interfere with one of the most precious parts of our democracy. That's where 12 everyday people, men and women, on a jury decide someone's fate. That is a very healthy part of American democracy, and the jurors will decide his fate.